Hey everyone, I'm Master VR and welcome back to the channel. Today I want to review some fundamental gameplay knowledge I wish I had before I started Into the Radius 2. I've got three main categories of device: combat, gear, and navigation. So if you're only here for one thing, skip to one of the time codes shown below. And with that, we'll get started. First things first with combat. Count everything. Always be aware of how many bullets you have in your current magazine, spare magazines, ammo pouch, and backpack. I know it can be hard to keep track of your shots mid-gunfight, but here's an easy trick I picked up on in an advanced pistol class. Your auditory short-term memory recall is almost perfect, and keeping a running total of the number of bullets in your gun after a volley, count up the shots and subtract it. Let's give this a try. My pistol have 12 rounds, so how many are left after this volley?
Oh, you're so funny.
If you said 9, you got it. Try this next time you're in the radius. My recommended loadout at security level 1 is 4 extended mags, which is 44 rounds plus 1 in the chamber, 90 rounds in the ammo pouch, and 150 rounds in the backpack, totaling to about 285 rounds. By diligently stocking up on ammo whenever you come back to the base, you'll always be prepared for the challenges ahead. Next is to move tactically, and to do this you're going to need to remember the 5 D's of dodgeball.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
But seriously though, tactical movement is a game changer in Into the Radius 2. Planning your movements carefully ensures you have ample cover from gunfire, and if you haven't been spotted by the enemy yet, the enemy's line of sight. This isn't a battle royale, and you'll usually have time to take cover, reload your weapon, and possibly even a few mags, making you a strategic force to be reckoned with. This level of strategic planning can make you feel in control while you're on the battlefield. When engaging enemies, adopt guerrilla tactics. Ammunition is precious, especially when you're far from the base. Moving quickly behind cover can confuse the enemy about your location and protect you from their gunfire. When you're ready to take a shot, ensure you have a good sight picture. You won't hit your mark if your sights aren't lined up and on target. Next, let's move on to gear. Understanding the gear in this game is crucial in enhancing your gameplay. It took me a while, but after 12 hours of play, a lot of Google, and some phone calls to friends, I now know almost everything you can use in the game. So here's some things I wish I'd known when I started. You'll wish your stamina bar was more extensive and generated faster in this game. It's a constant battle against your character's heavy breathing. And little did I know, you can use cigarettes and crackers to restore stamina while you're in the field.
My man's cigarette collection is immaculate. Just look at that. Just incredible.
Now let's review the essential equipment and some handy dandy tips for each. The chest rigs in this game are all unlockable as you increase your security level, and the devs ensured a left-handed version for each. Each chest rig is going to have 1 or 2 weapon slots, 2 to 6 magazine holsters, 1 or 2 chest slots, and an ammo pouch with varying amounts of storage. Except for having more room for stuff, the best chest rig is really just a measure of personal choice, and it's going to depend on your favorite weapon, your playstyle, and your skill level, similar to how you make your choice of flashlight. And there are several types of flashlights in the game, but they all put about the same amount of light out, and their mounting is where things differ. The flashlight from the beginning can go on your chest rig or arm and is an excellent option for early game. In addition, you can even position it while on in your ammo pouch so that you have a light pointed forward. I recommend getting the flashlight attachment for your primary weapon though, as soon as you have the money. It makes it far easier to clear structures and fight at night when you don't have to worry about pointing 2 things at the enemy. And in addition, you can shoot more stably with 2 hands on the weapon. If you'd like to save that mounting point for something else though, I recommend the chest rig flashlight, which will stay pointed where you're looking, assuming you have your movement controls set up correctly, and will afford you many of the same benefits the flashlight on the primary weapon does, except for that you will have shadows from your hands if you're covering your own flashlight. Now onto the UNPSC equipment. The United Nations Patrol Special Committee issues the players some probes to trigger anomalies in the radius, a PDA to help them get around and track their missions, and an anomaly sensor to track anomalies. There's not a whole lot to say about these items, but I did find out there were a few tips on using each. For one thing, the probes have a counter on the top and are going to run out when they reach 0. This surprised a lot of players, as in the first game it was unlimited. However, the probes bounce a long way and can trigger numerous anomalies with one throw. The PDA is very beneficial for navigating the radius and keeping an eye on missions, but did you know that it can also function as a flashlight in an emergency? There's a small button on the top that when pressed will turn on an LED light on the back of the PDA. Lastly, the anomaly sensor will begin to beep anytime you're near an anomaly. This is especially helpful for all my loot goblins out there, but what I didn't know when I started playing was that taking it off my arm and pointing it around would let me play a warmer, colder game with the nearest anomaly. And lastly, let's go over some navigation. Between the anomalies, brutally fast day-night cycle, the tide respawning defeated enemies, and the player's limited resources, navigating this game properly can be the difference between completing your missions and getting ripped apart by angry mimics. Here are some tips to help you better navigate the radius. Mastering these navigation skills are going to make you feel more confident and capable while you're out in the field. Anomalies do not move, except the ones that do. While some are mobile, most stay in a fixed position, and remembering your routes can make a huge difference in your ability to get in and out of hazardous zones safely. Keep this in mind next time you sprint into an exploding death chair. Tackle multiple missions in the radius after a fresh tide with ample ammunition and supplies. Using this strategy is going to make returning after your first set of missions much easier for XP and rewards. I want to thank you all for watching. I hope you found this informative and helpful as you start your journey into the radius. Please leave a like and subscribe if you can, and hit the bell if you'd like to see more content like this.